Hello, hello, and welcome back for our mostly monthly fun time with Hallie Avolio. And oh my gosh, we're feeling the effects of this Virgo new moon today. Hallie, I was just sharing with you openly, and I'm always vulnerable and transparent with my clients and my network because I feel like the authenticity is the new me and is really important because everybody's going through so much right now. And this morning, guys, I was crying my eyes out, going through some stuff, moving through some stuff. And what does that maybe have to say about this new moon, Hallie? Can you tell us what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, Virgo, and you are a Virgo sun sign, so you are going to feel this more acutely. But, Virgo has this really beautiful grounding component to it because it is an earth sign, but it also, and I want to say it's also a very healing energy in Virgo.
Mm.
But in the healing and in the grounding and in the earthing, it can stir up a lot of, questions, curiosities. Who am I? How can I love and accept and be with myself right now? And how can I also lean into my expansion that I see myself desiring? So it's an inward reflection, and it coupled with 6 planets retrograde, and particularly Mercury, which is Virgo's ruler.
Yeah.
So Mercury retrograde is it it's a wild ride because Mercury controls communication and transportation. And when we think about a planet in retrograde, we want to think about what are the reflections? What
Mm.
are the ways that we can go inward? So I believe that Virgo really stirs the pot because it forces us to do this deep inward journey. And that can be really chaotic, wild, ugly, beautiful, all the things.
Yeah, I like to say it's beautiful. I've learned that, thankfully. If this would have happened to me a year and a half ago, I've been like thinking, "Oh my God, what is wrong with me? Do I need to get on medication or something?"
Right. Right.
But
Not
before we get
necessarily.
yeah, right. Before we get too far, I would like you to share a little bit about you because there's some new people in my community, and I just want them to know who's Hallie Avolio.
Yes, thank you. Well, I am me. Who am I? I am me. I am a manifestation coach, and I love, love, love working with the moon and the energies of the moon for manifestation. So specifically the new moon, which we talk about here in this space, also work with the energies of the full moon and looking at the most poignant astrological experiences that happen throughout the year, whether it be an eclipse or some other sort of significant astrological or spiritual event like Lionsgate we talked about last month, and how we can leverage these energies to tap into our truest, most authentic self that you just mentioned, and also really allow ourselves to manifest our wildest dreams. So, working with those energies to support our journey.
I just want to give this like I am so with you ever since I met you during the pandemic and started jumping on your full moon circles. Just so you guys know, that's Hallie and I go way back to pandemic days
Woo!
and many good memories. And so I leveraged this last full moon, which was the full moon in Pisces, and we all of a sudden poof got the news that we landed kind of our dream home, and it happened like the day of the full moon. And
Nice.
I'd been doing some work based on the energies that are moving through. So, and I'd like to mention how important it is right now too, because we've got the new moon. We've got the equinox next week. And then speaking of eclipse, we do have eclipse season coming up again. So
Mhm.
first, maybe let's just talk about this new moon. What could people be doing to setting intentions? Because it's today, right? The
It
September
is
14th.
It is today, September 14th. So it's officially peaking in the evening, about 6:30 Pacific time, 9:30 Eastern time on September 14th. But as with any moon cycle, we always feel the energies for about 72 hours. So if you are catching this on the replay and you're like, "Oh shoot, it's not September 14th." Don't worry, you're still in the vibe. Um, you know, any new moon is really a time to set intention. So it's always the time you can think of it as a reset. And people often ask me, do I set the same intentions as I set last month, or do I set new intentions? How do I do it? And really, you have to lean into what feels true for you. So for myself, my own experience, sometimes they're the same and sometimes they're different. Again, it just really depends what's going on in the moment. But in particular, on this new moon, you want to be really, really cognizant of your communication, because Mercury is still retrograde. So Mercury goes direct, meaning, let me just back up for anybody that doesn't know what this means, because we talk a lot about planets being retrograde. All it means is that it's slowing down. So it appears that it's moving backwards, the planet. And when that happens, it can shift the energies and how we experience it here on Earth. And Mercury, as I mentioned, is the planet of communication and transportation. So when it is in retrograde, it can make our communication in particular and transportation wonky. And we have to really slow down, exhibit patience, understand that things can go awry, but that's okay. It doesn't mean that it's doomsday. It just means that we need to shake it off, in the great words of Taylor Swift, shake it off and just allow yourself to keep on moving forward. But when we're setting intentions, it's really important to be clear on what your intentions are when you're speaking to the universe or source or God or however you perceive that.
Yeah.
You're not going to mess it up. You know, people worry, oh, I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to say the wrong thing. You're not going to say the wrong thing. You're not going to mess it up. But if you're unclear, it creates this confusion and it could delay things because maybe there's now a disconnect with how the universe is interpreting what it is that you want. So because Mercury is still retrograde and Virgo is such a powerful inward sign, meaning it's all about you really coming to terms with self-acceptance and self allowance, you want to take some extra time before you set your intentions for this new moon. As in, if you're not feeling it today, take the weekend. It's cool. There's no rush. Give yourself all the space you need so that when you write down your intentions, they are as clear as possible. That's the best thing that I can tell you about this new moon.
Yeah, and it's cool because another thing you reminded me of, if I can share this, and then I want you to expound upon it.
Yeah.
Is Virgo is also a lot about intuition.
Yep.
And that psychic connection with yourself. So I think this is a beautiful time for people to tap into that. Would you agree?
Yeah, and it's not the most psychic of the signs, but it definitely has that component, again, because it has to do with that inward reflection, which our intuition comes from within.
Yeah.
And so, yes, it's a sign of expansion. It's also a sign of healing. So any unresolved or past traumas, hurts, areas of your life where you need that healing, use this moon energy as that respite for yourself so that you can find that space where you can be the great healer for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I used to be addicted to healing and going to all these healers and doing all these things,
Mm-hmm.
still looking outside myself for the answers, right? And so I love that you're sharing that, because that's, no one can really heal your trauma, but you are your ultimate healer if you're willing to slow down and go inward.
Right. I mean, that's literally like the essence of Virgo, is exactly that. The other cool thing about Virgo, and I know you know this, is Virgo likes to do a good job.
Oh yeah.
Or on the shadow side of Virgo, it can lead toward perfectionism, obsessive compulsive sorts of behaviors, right? But let's look at the bright sides, the light side of Virgo, and just reflect that Virgo loves to do a good job. Virgo is not afraid to roll up their sleeves, to get in there, to do the due diligence, to do the work, to lay the foundation. Remember, this is an earth sign, so we're laying the foundation for our success on our own journey, whether it's in your personal life, in your professional life, in your spiritual life, whatever, or any combination, right? Yeah. So this is a time for you, as you're also setting your intentions, is to say, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? Maybe you want to look at between now and the end of 2023, for example. How can I really dig in to my own psyche, to my own journey? How can I roll up my sleeves? How can I lay this foundation? How can I commit to taking action that will make a difference and help me move the needle forward?
I know you aren't doing these as journal prompts, but I am typing like,
I love it. I love it.
Like, because I used to be a sales coach. Here we are, fourth quarter, Q4, October 1st. And most people are like, wait, what? And getting ready and laying the foundation for 2024. So this is beautiful timing, and I think it's also good timing. Do you want to touch a little bit upon the equinox before we close?
Yeah. So equinox is officially on, I'm lost the name. I keep thinking it's August, by the way. I don't know why August just keeps coming out of my mouth. It is September. So oh my goodness. September 21st is the autumnal or vernal or fall equinox, whatever word you like to use.
Yeah.
And just as a reminder, it means that the amount of daylight and nighttime are going to be equal, but our days are going to start to get shorter and shorter and shorter. And so we're going into this harvest time. We're going into this, season before winter, where, we really want to start. If you think about the harvest and if you think about the farms, everything that you've planted has grown. And so now you're, reaping the benefits of everything that you've sown, and you're getting all your abundance, and you're really like setting up your life to be prepared for the winter. So this is the time in the equinox when you're kind of tucking in all the corners and making sure that all the ducks are in a row, and any chaos that's been going on in your life, this is the time to declutter. Like declutter the chaos so that you come at this last part of the year with a fresh slate. You feel really, warm and fuzzy. This is a time to start to nourish the energies of home life and self-love, and like think about wrapping yourself in a cozy blanket. How can you wrap all the parts of your life in a cozy blanket, so to speak? That's what we want to do with the fall equinox
while you're drinking a pumpkin spice latte.
Exactly. Yeah, get your PSL and exactly.
Well, I think it's cool. I love how you just reiterated, because we're moving right now. We're decluttering, we're packing, we're throwing away, opposite of spring cleaning, but it's fall cleaning. And I love that. I love the seasonal changes, because even though right now there's a lot of upheaval energetically, galactically, for I think everyone, there's tons of COVID outbreaks. I mean, I'm hearing about all sorts of financial challenges my clients are having. It just we just want to reassure people that we're getting rid of the old so we can bring in the new, right?
Exactly. And don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of that. Will we have time for me to share a few affirmations with this?
I was hoping so. Yes. I'm going to
take
them in. Are you ready for those?
I'm ready, because before I say them, what I want to just really drive home with this new moon in particular is that Virgo reminds us that we are enough as we are. Mm-hmm. And that this is like my core affirmation is I am enough. And it's more than I actually don't use the affirmation I am more than enough, because I don't believe that is such a thing. Like, you are just enough, in my opinion. But the essence of Virgo is to claim your enoughness, to claim your worthiness, to really sit with, gosh, I am such a miraculous being as I am now and as I expand. And I can hold the space for the self-acceptance, and also hold the space for me to expand, because I don't, I'm not here to be stagnant in my life. And so it's this duality in this dance. Yeah. And it keeps us really connected to the core of who we are. So all that to say, I have some affirmations that go to that essence.
Awesome.
I am worthy because I am. I love that one. I am enough. I have always been enough. I will always be enough.
Got it.
I allow my unique gifts to create abundance in my life.
Beautiful.
You ready for me? You're the fastest typer ever. I am whole. I am one with the universe. I am an abundant being.
Beautiful.
And then I've got one more, which is I create spaciousness in my life to welcome in love and joy.
I love that. That's beautiful. Oh.
That feels like a good one for your new home, by the way.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I agree with you. It's like the last time we moved, we didn't purge enough.
You're like, gosh, get rid of all this stuff.
And now it's like, wow, I feel like I've lost some proverbial weight. So I think that's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much for
you're so welcome. I always love having these sessions where we can share and tap into the energy. And, just a reminder, I feel like I say this often, but I feel like also the reminder is always needed. Take what you need and leave what you don't. And whatever strikes you in this moment, whenever you're hearing this conversation, whatever resonates, whatever just like, ooh, that gave me some sort of a bodily sensation or just really gave me something to mull over. Just hold that, take it, give space for that part to expand for yourself. And don't worry about the rest of it, because what's meant for you will always find you. And what's meant for you right now in this moment is exactly what you needed to hear.
I love that. Yeah, you can only grasp so much. I think that's like 10% of what you hear can you retain. And hopefully you guys are taking notes. If not,
Yeah.
pause button. I forgot to mention that, and go back to the beginning, listen to it a couple times. Like Hallie said, you have the next 72 hours. So, right. So today's the 14th. So 15th, 16th, 17th.
Yeah. Through the weekend. I would say
Okay.
through the weekend. Yeah.
So write out your intentions. That's good, because I actually have a ceremony on Sunday. So I'm going to be bringing some of this beautiful medicine to my peeps. Any other closing thoughts, Hallie, before we close out?
No, just really take time in under this new moon to sit with appreciation for yourself, for your surroundings, for those you love, for the abundance in your life, and for all the steps you've taken to get to where you are now, and all the steps you will continue to take as you continue on your journey.
Yay. Well, happy equinox.
Yes.
Happy Mercury going direct, everyone.
Yeah. Right.
Come out of our cocoon with these new intentions. It's divine timing that this kind of coincides with that. So guys, write your intentions, put them under your pillow, keep a journal by your bed. If you have any kind of new moon rituals, whatever you like to do is perfect. I just really am grateful for you guys for tuning in, and remember, you matter. And as Hallie said, you are enough and always enough. And we love you and just so grateful.
Yes.
Bye bye for now.
Bye. Thank you.